foundation. This is the third year, this is the fourth year. God, where does time fly? And I always refer back to the first day that Clearon and Jason we met in Limerick, and absolutely thought it was a great idea. Worried sick that something might happen, but look, 4 years later you're all still here. In fact, you've multiplied 100-fold. So on behalf of Crumlin Hospital, I want to say huge thanks to each and every one of you, and for doing what you did. That's fantastic. I was on this, not on it, I attended it the year before last, and I'm still dealing with the vertigo after Kieran's car. Didn't want to tell him I suffered with vertigo and he was doing all these handbrake turns. When you reach 55, I was at the time, I thought, God, I really need to retire from this sort of thing. But as you can see, bringing in a few chairs has worn me out. So imagine driving around with you guys now. You probably want a month's holidays after it. But I do want to say a huge thanks, because you have actually been a huge contributor to the well-being of all our little patients in Crumlin Hospital. Over the years you've contributed to mainly St. John's ward actually, and I'm delighted to say, probably spoke about it for those that were here last year, about St. John's ward. We are building, look, there's talk of a new hospital happening, and we decided that this year talk is talk, and little children need to be fixed or treated very quickly. I mean, if you have a little 2-year-old child coming into Crumlin with cancer, that little child can't wait 5 to 10 years. So we decided that this year that we would actually spend, we invested about €300,000 of fundraising money, which by the way would never happen. And it happened in this room. This is our boardroom, which I never get into so much today. But anyhow, the board decided to launch this big campaign called Fix Crumlin, and with the help of yourselves and the rest of the nation, we are repairing and fixing Crumlin. What we're doing is we're rebuilding the new bone marrow transplant unit, which I would have spoken about last year, and I'm delighted to say has actually started. The scaffolding is up, the building is up, the walls are up, foundations and all are well in, and we're well on the way to having that new bone marrow transplant unit, which will open in June of next year, so June, July of next year. So that was the first project, and that's 4 million. And the next project then that we have also started, so if you drove by the hospital you'll see plenty of scaffolding around there. We also started our new critical care unit, which is new cardiac unit, and that again is around 4 million, and it involves 2 wards, St. Bridget's ward, St. Teresa's ward. And they're very old wards. The hospital is 56 years old, it's the same age as me, and I come from the locality here as a young fella. So many a time I was in that hospital as a patient along with my twin sister. It's completely changed now, I can tell you. It was run by the nuns, which were good in those days too, but much more relaxed atmosphere now, and your mother and father can stay with you in the ward, which in my time as a patient, your mother left you at the bed and that was it, and she came back at 3 o'clock the next day with her oranges, no Smarties then. But anyhow, we